The biggest lie modern social media tells men is that you have to choose a side. Either you have to be a spineless, hyper agreeable, nice guy, or in other words, a simp who worships women, or a toxic, aggressive alpha who treats them like garbage. But here's the truth that will pop your bubble. Women don't want either of these extremes. If you play either of these characters, you lose. So, what do women actually want? It comes down to precise psychological ratio of 90% soft, caring, and affectionate, and 10% dangerous, assertive, and strong. But there's a hidden layer to this formula that most men completely butcher. It's not just about having these traits, it's also about direction. If you hit that 10% of that dangerous energy at her, she leaves thinking that you're a psychopath. If you have 0% of the dangerous energy, then she leaves thinking that you are a complete loser. In this video, we are breaking down exactly how to master this balance and how to build both the traits from scratch. And most importantly, the exact moment to switch between them so you never get friend zoned or labeled as toxic ever again. So let's start with the 90%, which is agreeableness. Let me make something very clear right here, right now. Being agreeable does not mean nodding your head, saying yes to everything, and becoming a human doormat. That doesn't make you attractive, it makes you invisible and easy to walk all over you. True agreeableness is just high level open mindedness. It means you have your own standards, values, and objectives in life, but you aren't so insecure that you have to force them on everyone else. For example, I was recently out with a friend and we were trying to figure out where to eat. I really wanted to go to Chili's. She recommended a Pan Asian place, which is not usually my jam. Instead of being stubborn and close minded, I was open minded enough to try it out. And guess what happened? I absolutely loved it. When we stepped out, she felt amazing about herself, but because her recommendation just absolutely crushed it, and we both had an absolutely incredible time. If I hadn't been agreeable, we both would have missed out on this experience. So, open mindedness allows people around you to breathe and express themselves, which is extremely important. But why does this specific trait trigger deep attractive attraction in women? And it's not just about being a pleasant dinner date, it actually taps into a primal evolutionary need for safety. To understand the concern of safety that women have, you need to understand that the world is fundamentally different and often more a threatening place for women than it is for us men. Subconsciously, when women evaluate a man at a romantic capacity, she is running a two-part security check in her head. So the first one is this man a threat to me? And the second one is, can this man protect me from other threats in the world? Your agreeableness answers the first question. It signals that you are safe, empathetic, and capable of healthy conflict resolution. When a disagreement happens, you will not lose your cool and you will not act like it's either my way or highway. You will actually hear her out and find a conclusion that benefits both of you. The exact same trait makes you an incredible romantic partner and a better father, and honestly, a much better sexual partner. Why? Because you are attuned to her pleasure, her body, her emotional state, rather than just serving your own ego. And here is where most guys ruin it. They try so hard to look safe that they accidentally castrate their own masculinity. To prevent that, you need to know exactly how to develop, display this warmth in a way that you still command respect around women. So now we are left with the question of how do we build this agreeableness, kindness, and open mindedness without actually looking weak? It starts with three practical shifts. First, develop self compassion. You cannot extend genuine kindness to others if you are constantly beating yourself up internally. Treat yourself like a friend that you're trying to build up. Learn to forgive yourself and speak to yourself with respect. And the second one is, let the kindness that you have built inside of you overflow into the world. Once you have that internal baseline, extend it outwards. Proactively build your empathy by taking care of animals or being an active, supportive part of the lives of the children in your life, such as, it might be your younger siblings, nephews, or nieces. Women instinctively notice how you treat the vulnerable environment around you. The third one is project this warmth through active engagement. When she's talking, stop planning your next response. Actually listen to what she's saying and ask a follow-up question based on the last sentence she just said. Nothing projects high value warmth faster than making somebody feel truly heard and seen. Combine this with a little bit of self-deprecating humor, because insecure men can't really take a joke. If you're a secure man who knows his own worth, then you can poke fun at yourself and know that your worth isn't damaged. Now, at this point of time, you might think, okay, so I just become a super sweet, empathetic, animal loving guy and she'll love me? Wrong. If you stop there, what happens is you get friend zoned every single time. This is where the remaining 10% comes in, the dangerous side that most men are just absolutely terrified to show in front of women. Now that we've figured out how to be more agreeable, kind, and open minded, let's talk about assertiveness. Let's set the definition straight. Being assertive does not mean being an asshole. I'm going to make this very clear right here, right now. Assertiveness is simply clear communication. It's your ability to say what you think, what you feel, and what you need, and articulate it in a manner where the other party understands it without feeling disrespected. Why do women crave this? Because of evolutionary biology. No matter how civilized we think we are still ruled by our base instincts. Deep down, women want a protector. They want to know if the world pushes back against you or against her, you have the backbone to push back. To display this instantly without saying a word, you need to master 3 physical boundaries. And the first one is fix your posture. If you are slouching, your words lose all authority before you even finish your sentence. Stand tall, put your shoulders back, take up more space. And the second one is speak less. Stop yammering just to fill dead air. Let silence sit for a second before you break it with your voice. Silence projects massive control. And the last one is master discomfort. 99% of the men stay silent when they are mistreated because they are terrified of awkward social tension. If a waiter mucks up your order, don't just eat it to avoid a scene. Sit with discomfort, but do speak calmly and firmly and tell him what exactly he did wrong and ask for a resolution. In modern society, most altercations are verbal. If someone makes an underhanded comment at your expense or hers, do not laugh it off or do not scream. Look them dead in the eye, stop smiling and say calmly, that was rude. Just hold that eye contact. Don't look down, don't walk away. Let them drown in that discomfort of their own actions. And that is true powerful assertiveness. So now we are left with the question, how do you combine these two opposite traits without looking like a total psychopath? Think of it as a 90-10 split. You are a cool, relaxed, open-minded guy for 90% of your time. But the moment a threat appears, whether it's social conflict or physical danger, you flip the switch and you turn the protector mode on. So let me give you an example. Imagine you're on a brunch date at a nice cafe. You let her choose a table with the nice view. You let her order first. And that's basically your 90% agreeable and sweet nature. Suddenly the waiter accidentally spills a drink on her dress and acts completely rude about it, walks away without apologizing. The weak guy does nothing because he's scared of conflict. He lets her deal with the embarrassment alone. The asshole creates a massive scene, starts a shouting match, ruins the entire afternoon, gets both of you guys kicked out. But the 90-10 man, the guy who I want you to be, this is what he does. He instantly steps in, he hands her a napkin, looks her in the eyes, reassures her that she's still looking amazing. Then he turns to the staff, walks over to the manager, calmly but firmly demands a resolution and a discount for the inconvenience. This is what I want you to understand in this interaction. He is entirely soft and protective with her, but entirely unyielding to the problem at hand, which is the manager or the waiter. Be the chilled out, high value guy for the majority of your life, but keep that edge sharp when the world is about to test you. So that's it for this video. In the next video, I will be diving into short-term psychological hacks to instantly double your perceived attraction. Drop a like if this clicked for you and subscribe so that you won't miss the next video. I will see you guys there.